Hi, this is Denis O'Donovan with ProfitComm. In today's chat session, we're here with Thomas Cooper of Expedient to talk about AI. How you doing today, Thomas?
Good. How about yourself?
Living the dream. So, Thomas, I'm trying to put this series together to help people understand AI and how they can use it. You've got a really unique product, but first, what can you tell me a little? I think a lot of folks know who Expedient is. Can you tell me a little bit about kind of a high level?
Sure. Expedient's a 25-ish-year-old company in 15 markets. We started as a data center. We have 1,500 customers. We've evolved, to traditional colo, private cloud. We really specialize in disaster recovery as a service and backup as a service. We're one of the few partners who are both kind of Nutanix Premium and VMware Premium.
Okay. So I'll ask you the loaded question. Why is your AI offering different from everybody else?
Sure. It's a really unique question. I'll try and keep it brief and succinct, right? There's a couple of reasons. One, we provide AI as a service, really. So we're helping enterprise companies get their hands around AI in a way that they can crawl, walk, run into AI instead of having to figure out how to solve these large challenges all up front. And it's a unique position for Expedient generally because we didn't build software before. But as we looked at what our clients needed, which were security, privacy, compliance, we just really could not find a tool that would provide the level of service that our customers are used to when they consume services from us. So we had to build it ourselves. So what that really means is a company can have access to many models, which is really important in today's AI landscape. Certain models are better at certain tasks, and any model that they use, they can know that A, their data is private. So what they're sending to the public models is not being trained on, it's not being stored. They can know that it's secure. So all of the gateways that we send are protected, encrypted, and then they can know that the usage is compliant, right? So we've built an entire umbrella of enterprise observability so that customers can go in and if you're in the process of an audit, if you're in trying to make sure that you're SOC 2 compliant, if you have customer data moving through AI, you can be assured that at any point you can go in and actually view who made the request, what time they made the request, what model they used, and what was the actual request and response, which we just found was that tooling didn't exist anywhere in the open market right now.
It's interesting because you embrace the fact that this is a early adopting type of solution, and then you are creating the runway for them to grow with it. So, that being said, what are CIOs saying when they hear about your product?
I mean, hey, look, so Gartner comes out with a report that says 92% of CIOs are investing in AI in 2025, but only 11% of them have a plan. Right. So that's a huge delta to say, I know I'm doing AI, but I don't know what I'm doing with it. What we found kind of the biggest the biggest roadblock is, yeah, CIOs start talking with because of the fear of uncertainty, they start talking around AI governance, right? So, are we picking the right vendor? The same things that we built the tool for. Is it secure? Is it compliant? So all of those questions leave CIOs with not a clear choice to make to kind of invest in the AI and start taking baby steps like we can do with almost every other technology. So what we're doing is enabling CIOs to look at vendor lock-in. Let's get rid of that as a problem, right? You can now use any vendor in our platform as a service as long as they're compliant and they're willing to attest to privacy. On that note, you don't have to worry about privacy anymore because at least you know that this kind of walled garden or fortress of AI is secure, private, and not trained on. We have some cost scalers that make it much more attractive to go with an enterprise platform model than paying kind of off the rack support per head rates. So it's really allowing CIOs to look and make a decision instead of me writing my governance policy right now and then shaping what we buy off of that. I can actually get a secure policy that meets all my check boxes, and I can start growing my AI use and start writing my AI policy from what we really do with the tool as opposed to just guesswork.
That's a neat idea. It's different because everybody else says my AI is better than yours, and you come from a very different lens. So, lastly, what are the ROI wins you've been having with customers when they deploy your solution?
And this is a great question. So I love the chat tool. I built the chat tool. I am wholeheartedly supportive of uh, employees being able to be as productive as they can be with a secure tool, but that doesn't always carry the weight with it. When you're having a budget discussion around AI, usually you're looking at the bigger wins from AI long term. So what we found is by tying AI at all of these models to secure links to your existing data at a company, right? So a real good example, think of HR documents, right? Your HR team is taking emails every day. If you load all of those HR documents really simply into a single SharePoint folder, vectorize that data through a pipeline, make it available to chat. Now, immediately, with almost no effort, all of your employees are able to go to an HR connected chat and say, hey, tell me about the differences between our PPO plans. How do I find a dentist in network? What days am I off? Well, how much do you match on that 401k? If you're not a startup, that is. And those low hanging fruit, I call them, but enterprise search use cases, which Gartner frames them as, all have almost immediate ROI on them. So as a company is investing in building their AI pipeline, at every single stakeholder is kind of getting a small win or two that's ROI positive, so that they have a secure tool that's paid for, that's embedded in the company that everybody knows how to use, so that they can start building now their long-term applications out of a point of security instead of having to wait to fully define out those long-term applications and define the policy based on what their expected growth is back from those.
Well, I love it. I think it's very unique. Thomas, thank you for being here and sharing a little bit about Expedient. Folks, if you're listening to this and you want to learn more about Expedient's AI solution, please reach out to me below. We will set up a time to connect with Thomas and customize the solution for you. Thomas, I really appreciate you being here and sharing your story with us.
Hey, I
Thank you.
appreciate you having me, Dennis. Thanks.